Okay, so here's the wine that we made in class. It's been about 3 weeks later, and we're going to do the step called racking, which is drawing off all of the wine, and now it's mostly wine, and we're going to leave the dead yeast behind. If you want to drink it at this point, you can go ahead and drink it. It's going to be pretty tasty, but it'll be better if you let it sit another 4 or 5 months. You could, I suppose, once you take this off, carefully pour this into another vessel, leaving the lees behind. But we are going to we're going to use a siphon because it's just a little bit more precise. And right now I'm going to keep it kind of high in here because we don't want to suck the bottom yeasts. Hold that. And now at this point too, you don't want much oxygen in there. You don't want to agitate it. So ideally, the wine is coming in below the surface of the level. Now what's going to happen too is that we're going to have a space at the top of our bottle once we fill it up, because a lot of space was taken up because the sugar was eaten by the yeasts. Yeah. And that sugar. That space that used to be occupied by sugar is now has been converted into alcohol, and so our bottom jug, we're going to need to add some liquid to it, and you got a couple options. We're just going to add water because the alcohol content's plenty high, but you could also add a sugar solution, which is what's more commonly done, which is if you dissolve, it's like hummingbird syrup. So if you dissolve 2 cups of sugar in 1 cup of water and you heat it up on a stove, and then you can pour that in and fill it up, because you only want a little layer of air in here, because if you get too much oxygen now on your wine, it's going to turn into vinegar, unless you want it to be vinegar. And then now you'd add oxygen and you could get a really tasty rhubarb vinegar. And we'll leave a little bit in there just so that, so I'm going to leave about that much in. That's what we're going to sample once we turn the video off. And now we've got our jug with just wine. And there might be a little bit of yeast in there still. That'll settle out over 5 months. And now it's also really important that when you put your airlock back on here, you're going to fill it up so that the water level is high enough so that no oxygen can get in. And what we're going to do is we're going to shut the video off, fill this up with water, and we'll be good to go.